Hi friends, it's Makita here, and I'm back with some business tips. But this time I have some business tips from the Bible, from the good word. I was reading the other day, and a lot of us probably have heard this parable, but I saw it in a different light, and that's what happens sometimes. Why they say the word is a living word, because it can speak to you and you can gather something different from it every time you read it. So it is in Luke chapter 16, a very, very interesting, powerful chapter where Jesus is giving different parables. So here's the parable. It's about a steward and his master, which was a rich man. So in verse 1, it says, there was a rich man and he had a steward, and the steward was accused that he was wasting the steward's goods. So the master called him. Oh, I totally messed that up. Rewind. Okay. The master found out that the steward was wasting his goods. So the master called and he asked the steward, how is it that I hear that you're wasting my goods? Give me an account of your stewardship, because if you don't give me a good account, you're not going to be steward no more, right? You're not going to be steward anymore. So the steward thought, and he said within himself, what shall I do? Because the Lord taketh away from me stewardship, and I cannot dig, meaning he cannot bring himself low to beg. I am ashamed. Meaning, if he loses his stewardship, he doesn't want to stoop himself low to go out there and beg for money. So he said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to, just in case I get put out of my stewardship, I know what I'm going to do. So what he did is he went to different debtors of his Lord. And he went to the first one. He said, how much do you owe him? Oh, I owe him, let's see, the first one, he said, 100 measures of oil. He said, come, sit quickly. Listen, just give him 50, okay? At least you give him something. And then the next one, he asked him, how much do you owe? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. He said, okay, listen, just give him 80. It says 80. Just give him 80, all right? At least he'll be happy. And the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. Right? So that's the basics of the story. Now, when I read it, I found a lot of different things in there. I pretty much found 5 main points that I'm going to talk to you about today. Number 1, first, the mismanagement of other people's resources. If you don't take care of other people's resources, then you won't be able to take care of your resources. I'm sure all of us have heard that saying, how you do anything is how you do everything. And it really plays true here. Because if you're not taking care of somebody else's things, why are you going to take that good a care of your things, especially your finances? If you're not managing other people's money properly, then you're probably not managing your money properly. So that's number 1. Number 2, that steward did not have good relationships. They obviously didn't have good relationships with the other steward, because the other workers told on him and told the Lord that he was wasting the resources. So that's showing that they did not have good relationships. It's either that or he abused the relationships, which that happens a lot too. So people keep covering for you, they keep standing up for you, but after a while they're not going to do it anymore. So we have to be careful with that. Like, are you making people do things that they don't want to do, they're uncomfortable in doing? Let's be mindful of things like that. So in business, we need to manage other people's resources properly, our resources properly, and we need to have good relationships. So that's number 2. Number 3, when he learned he was in trouble, then he started thinking and he started working and he started innovating. That's interesting. It's interesting sometimes that only when we get into trouble, then we start thinking about, well, what can I do? What can I do to get out of this? We should always have that mindset, that drive about, well, what can I do to improve? What can I do to get better? Let's always have that mindset to work and to innovate and to be better. But that was interesting that he got in trouble and he said, all right, let me think about what to do. Next, number 4, he created alliances. He went to the Lord's debtors and he saved them money. The first one, he cut his bill in half, pretty much. The other one saved about 30% or so. He saved them money, thus building alliances. And yeah, they would remember him for that, because remember, he was doing that just in case he gets kicked out of his stewardship. Now he can go to some of these other people and say, hey, I helped you out. Help me out. I need a job. Help me out and give me a job. This is a good thing. Creating alliances is really good. A lot of times, collaborating with other businesses, even sometimes people who do similar things that you do, is really good. It can be a win-win situation for everyone if the intention is right. Now that's where the problem was with this steward. His intention was not right. His intention was only self-serving. He just wanted to create alliances with them in case he got in trouble, that he had a backup plan. Now, there's nothing wrong with creating a backup plan. That's a good thing. But otherwise, we should want to form relationships and form alliances for good reason, because we actually value that person and we value their expertise, and we think that the business that they're doing or the product that they're giving is a good product, and we want to be a part of it. Yes, was there anything else I had in here? Yeah, pretty much what I said. Creating a win-win situation, and he did it out of a desperate self-preservation way. So let's do it out of a genuine win-win collaborative way when we build our alliances. All right? And number 5, summon it up. If you are faithful in a little bit, you will be faithful in a lot. And that's really powerful, of course. There's some people, and they can, let's say they have to cook something, and they just have all these bits and pieces. They can gather all these bits and pieces and they can create a beautiful, magnificent meal. Imagine if they had proper resources or the proper ingredients to make some amazing meal. They would do a great job. Just as if you take $1 and you go buy some candy and then you sell, so let's say you take $1 and you're able to get 5 pieces of candy and you sell each piece of candy, even just for 25 cents, you made a 25-cent profit. A little bit of profit is better than no profit, right? That's 25 cents more than what you had before. So if you're faithful in that little bit, now you can take $100, now you can take $1,000, and you can replicate it. So that's important for us to learn that skill. So in summary, what were the 5 points? Number 1, managing other people's resources, including their time. If you waste other people's time, you're probably wasting your time as well. So manage other people's resources properly and you'll learn to manage your resources properly as well. Have good relationships with the people around you, especially the people that work with you or work for you, because they will make you look good or they will make you look bad or they'll report you. Have good relationships with them, and also don't overstep your boundaries time and time again. It's only so much that they will pick up for you. Then number 3, always think and work and innovate. Always be innovating and wanting to learn and be a better person. If we're not growing, we're dying. So you need to always be learning and innovating. Then number 4, create good alliances, good genuine alliances with other people in your field or that complements your field. And last, number 5, be faithful with what you have. Be faithful with a little bit, be faithful with a lot, and it will expound. I hope you like this analogy taken from the parable into business and real life analogies. I thought it was really interesting and I wanted to share that with you. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Have an amazing day. And remember, it's your dream. Live it. See you later. Bye.